feel like, even though you may not be married, it's just some things are just common sense of how to behave around a married couple. Mm-hmm. And for me, I don't even like to stand and look someone's husband eye to eye and carry on more than a 3-minute conversation. So when we go to exchange telephone numbers, like I was telling somebody the other day, every type of communication that you have with this couple needs to go through the wife. And you should know that at some point in your life. And if you overstep that boundary, then your intentions were wrong from the beginning.
Porsha wrote a coloring book about wanting to be R. Kelly's main girl despite him having a wife, leaving a woman that was screaming to be let out of R. Kelly's sex cult. She fantasized about her ex-husband being her man when he was in a public relationship with his baby mother. Then she's engaged to a dude whose soon-to-be ex-wife was her co-worker. She met both of them on the show at the same time and started an affair with him. So yeah, journalists are going to ask basic questions and not stroke your ego.
Damn. I'm sorry.
I work for Dish Nation. I am in the world of journalism. So my word needs to be...
Journalism is...
So you're downplaying my job? This word right here is killing me. What's this?
Reciprocation?
Reciprocity.
Let me see, Porsha.
It's a big... It's
Reciprocity?
Reciprocity. No. Look at it. Come look at it. Come look at it.
Hold on. Give me a minute.
Reciprocity.
Hot mess, child.
I would like Porsha to spell scepter. So.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
Somebody wrote a death on 265 days a year. What is wrong with that?
Porsha Williams coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta? That's false. But Porsha Guardia is in the building. See y'all.
Well, I guess Porsha Williams is coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta because
Porsha Guardia
filed for divorce, child, and we don't even know if that's truly her real name because you all know I've been reporting about it that the man re-entered this country after being deported due to his criminal past under a fake name and fake identity. Got his paperwork under that fake identity, and then decided to file for a citizenship in this country under that fake identity. And that's how he was caught. For those of you who missed that video, I have linked that video in the description below. If you want more information on Porsha filing for divorce, I have linked that video in the description below. Now let's get into the current topic. Before I play the video that Porsha Williams posted in her Instagram story and get into the paperwork of what she recently filed, let me just refresh your memory real quick about the comment that Simon pinned on his page. And this is what I said about someone pinning a comment, reposting a video, a comment, or anything like that. So when you pin a comment or you repost something, that's you saying, I agree with what you are saying, or I like what you are saying or what you wrote on my page. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that everyone that clicks on my page get to see and read your comments first. So this person wrote, Porsha made this divorce messy. Now she's going to steering it. A parable in my dialect says, you cannot ask the one who was beaten not to cry. You run off to file for divorce when I am not in the country without even speaking to me, abandon my young children, left in your care, like I've been saying, then you ask for the prenup to be enforced and try to kick me and my children out of the only house I own and pay the bills for. I mean, who does that? Porsha quickly turned everything into a fight with threats and harassment. Her love and be his peace turned to hate and violence real quick, and that's because she never loved a man. She loved his pockets, but she picked the wrong millionaire. Ooh. Simon also pinned this comment. Not every man would spend such an amount on a wedding, but you have shown that you are a true man in love. It shall pass. They married for 14 months. Okay. So pinning this comment is Simon simply confirming what he posted and why he posted it. So Porsha decided to do some reposting of her own. Now, before I, get quiet and allow you to listen to what's being said, I just want to show you that it is from Porsha's page if you pay attention to her handle at the top. And then I'm going to click to get a wider version of the video. But at first, it will have borders on it just to show you that it is Porsha page that reposted this in her Instagram story. And for those of you who are not on social media, your Instagram story is where you post content of things that you want your supporters and people to see. However, it disappears in 24 hours. So it's not on your page permanently. I always love to say this just in case someone try to fact check me and say, I went to Porsha page and I did not see what you're talking about. Well, it's because it's been over 24 hours and that content is gone. It's not on her page permanently. It was posted in her Instagram story. All right, let's get into it.
How can you go from that nice to that shicey? I'm traumatized. Where is my honest section? Is there anybody honest enough to admit? How can you go from that nice to that shicey? I'm traumatized. Where is my honest section? Is there anybody honest enough to admit that sometimes you are confused at how quick and how drastic somebody could shift? How can you be this gifted and this toxic? How are you this successful and this insecure? Sometimes the distance between who we thought they were and who they actually were was so wide, we start questioning our own intellectual capacity. So now we become apprehensive when it comes to making decisions because we're like, how did I miss that? I am confused.
Well, even though they are not on the same page on certain things, they are absolutely on the same page as it relates to this, because I literally just read a comment that someone posted. That's exactly how Simon feels. Porsha is talking about he switched up on her quickly. According to the pinned comment I just read, you did the same thing to him because that's how he feels. The lack of self-awareness is crazy. Now, am I saying that just because Porsha is going through a divorce with Simon, that means every time she posts, she's talking about him and their situation? No. Even when they were married, Porsha posted things in her Instagram story all the time. But this is referring to what she's going through right now. But if you think about it, it's almost like, girl, you really thought a man that was married that switched up on his wife to be with you, that when they finally announced their divorce, even though he was already cheating on her with you, allegedly, but we have receipts. They were together for a while before he even announced his divorce from Fallon. And I also have posted a receipt that Fallon, yes, she moved fast, but she did not cheat on that man with Jalen. They were already separated when she got with Jalen.
No, there was no, y'all have to understand. So when Jalen and I got together, it was during a very vulnerable moment for me. So there was so much going on behind closed doors that y'all still don't, the public doesn't really know about, and the time frame that everything took place. So by the time Jalen and I even decided that we're going to become more than just friends, he was already with several other people. But we were still legally
Simon
married.
Was with several other people.
Right, but we were verbally separated. So, I mean, it just, whatever happened, and
were you shocked to find out when Porsha and Simon separated?
No. Was anybody?
So do you think that was real?
No.
The whole relationship you don't think was real?
You don't think it was real at all?
No, I think it was just a ploy to get back at me. I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Not to get back
I know
on.
Simon. Like, I
not
know
to have
him.
like a storyline or anything like that.
No, I mean, she might have used it for a storyline, sure.
But he was
job.
trying to get at you through that whole relationship. You're saying
Who?
Simon.
Oh, throughout the whole. I mean, I'm not gonna say like there wasn't any parts, that he might have thought could have been authentic or something could have grown. I don't know their business, but yeah, the initial, I guess them becoming public and doing everything the way that they went about everything. Yeah, that was definitely a ploy because they were already together they were dating for a year while I was happily married. And that came from Dennis's mouth. So,
You ever thought about dating him?
That's how you do it.
Who, Dennis?
Like swap it out.
I don't think Dennis can keep up with me. To be honest with you. I think I'm a little out of his bracket, but he's awesome. He's really cool.
Well, they're filming The Housewives now. Could you have an appearance on there, or would you if the opportunity presented?
I'm not going to say.
Oh.
No comment.
So it could be, it could not.
Now, I'm not saying because Fallon said they were separated and Simon is a liar. So I'm taking her word for it and believing her, because if I'm going to give her that courtesy, then give the same courtesy to Simon. No. During the whole back and forth, there were times where both sides had emotional outbursts and they posted text messages, time frame, evidence, and all of that. And y'all know I be in them Instagram stories. I saw all of the receipts and text messages that clearly show they were not together. But Simon had to get the heat of her, him and Porsha. And so he had to think quick and make up a lie. And so he went ahead and did that. If you're going to come with evidence, make sure we see some kissing or something, not, oh, the man who always had access to my house is on camera coming to the same house he used to work at, and I told him to come. Oh, the man who I have told to come and spend the night when I disappeared for 2 months came to spend the night. And not only did he come to spend the night, the video showed that he and my wife went in opposite directions. Exactly. Once again, I saw the text messages where Simon texts Jalen, allegedly, but I saw them. And can you go to the house to check on Fallon? She's there with the children. I called her a few times. She's not answering. Can you go? So you want us to believe that the same man that had access to your house at night, the same man that you told to sleep at your house with your wife and your children because you were out of town, is now all of a sudden he's cheating because he was back at that same house at night with your wife? Where we witnessed the both of them go in opposite direction. That doesn't mean that cheating still can't happen. I'm just saying for the people who are jumping on Simon provided receipts. There were no receipts. All we saw was a man driving up to the gate and then two people going in separate directions, and then Simon filling in the gap and behaving like, oh, he came over when he's not supposed to. He was sneaking. Really? I want to sneak and I'm going to bring it to my house on camera? Really? So go to the RHOA playlist to watch those videos, but let's stay focused. You really tell a man that switch up on his wife like that to be with you, wasn't capable of doing the same thing to you? You really tell a man that came on social media, posted lies, alleged lies about his ex-wife, slandered her name, took her to court, told her to leave his home within 3 weeks and all of that.
How long was y'all married?
We were married for 2 years. We were together for 5. So, this is what it is. So, we never had an ending discussion. Like, there was no, like, it was nothing. Our shit just went viral, and that was it. We never said goodbye. We never said, I wish you well, or
so there really wasn't no closure.
We never even said fuck off.
No closure.
No.
So what happened? You just moved out, and he just moved away, or how did the ending happen?
Same way y'all saw it. It just went away. One day I was happy, and the next day he was gone.
Oh, he just never came back to the house.
He came back after a few months. Yeah. So I had my kids in our house and his kids too. And he was just traveling wherever he was. No communication, barely any. And then he came back and It was you have 3 weeks to leave.
Oh, the premises.
Mm-hmm.
You had 3 weeks, or both of you?
No, I had 3 weeks.
Okay. He gave you a letter or something that said you got 3 weeks?
No, he sent me a text.
Okay.
That's
Real
about as
classy.
good as it got.
3 weeks to leave.
So where did his kids go?
They were with me.
No.
And
So
then
y'all all
left-
had 3 weeks.
You left with his kids too?
No, I ended up having a conversation with his ex-wife, and we wanted to continue the relationship between the children. However, Simon did not want that. So we just parted ways, and, it kind of broke up the brotherhood between all the boys, which was really sad and unfortunate, I think, for everybody. So, yeah, like, you got 3 weeks to leave, and he told me I could have more time if I wanted, but I was so hurt by how quickly our marriage just shifted and how my happiness just came to a abrupt ending. I didn't know what I was feeling or thinking. I wasn't myself. So
I can already imagine the conversation. Baby, guess what? I gave her 3 weeks to leave the house. We're almost there. Porsha over there celebrating. You actually saw all of this, and once again, you thought it was going to be different, and you're shocked that he switched up on you, even though you switched up on him. That both of you deserve each other. Now let's get to, Porsha Roots, the princess of, it's on the screen. I can't say the word. So Porsha posted these images in this dress right here, heavily edited as always. And her caption is, I'm not a princess. I don't need saving. I'm a queen. I got this hand note, okay? She's quoting again. Hashtag in real life, hashtag RHA. And then someone was like, yeah, not that princess, but princess of, exactly, self-proclaimed on the screen. But anyways, outside of that, Porsha filed more paperwork, talking about, Simon is messing with her money and messing with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is her job. And that all of these additional court cases that he's filing is messing with her financially. She's asking that he pay her $50,000 attorney fees so far that she's accumulated answering to all of these extra cases. The man wants you out of his house. And I understand they will figure it out, but the fact that Porsha expected this man or thought this man was just going to peacefully and calmly walk away from his almost $7 million home that he paid for in his name and let you stay in that big house with just you and your daughter when you have your own home? Absolutely not. So I might not be here for Simon sometimes, but I completely understand, because if it was the other way around, Porsha would be fighting for her house too. So, they will figure it out. But all of these different cases and court cases, and then including Bravo in it by saying, you cannot film in my house. And if you film anything in my house, then I'm dragging Bravo in it. I need to see those footage and all of that. And Bravo is like, why are we in it? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, there's a lot going on. It's a hot mess. But back to the main topic. Porsha, you are getting exactly back what you put in. And let this be a lesson. And I hope what you posted in your Instagram story was just something that, you know what, I like this message. Let me go ahead and post it, because there's no way you lack that type of self-awareness to have been there and witnessed this man move the way that he moved with his ex. Not saying his ex was and is a saint in all of this. She had her part to play as well. But to watch him move like that, and to think he was going to treat you any different, you're behaving like one of those women that watch the man treat the mother of his kids terribly. But then she goes and have kids with him thinking that he's going to treat her kids better, and then he turns around and does the same thing. You have to watch people patterns and behaviors. Yes, people do change. I completely understand. There's always an exception to every rule. However, when people show you who they are, believe them. And just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean they're not capable of doing it to you. 2 years of marriage, 5 years together, and he treated her like that. And you thought your 2 seconds situation was going to be better. Anyways, I'm sounding repetitive, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I did hear that our HA will start filming at the end of this month. Please do not forget to click those links in the description below to support your girl. The boutique website link is in there. and also the link to subscribe to my YouTube members only is in there. Once again, I'm wishing all of you well and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.